Hey everyone, Kellen here, City to Shore, Port City. Coming at you with a PSA, some car thoughts for today. And I debated doing this video, but I think that it needs to be said. And this is a PSA for first-time home buyers. So first-time home buyers, I love working with. I really do. As difficult as it can be, and for the most part, your first home is going to be in a very competitive price point, but I enjoy working with first-time home buyers. And I think part of that is because I was there once. We were all first-time home buyers. There were some things that I wish had been said to me at the time when I bought my first home, and they weren't, and it might have changed how I approached it, the type of home that I bought. And I want to try and pass that along so that, some folks maybe don't make the same mistake. Not that it was a mistake, but the same decision I did, or they make a better one for them than what I did. And it really comes down to first-time home buyers. I tend to run into the issue of swinging for the fences for that first house. I get it. It's exciting. You're buying your first house. You want all the upgrades. You want to see the new vinyl floors, the vinyl plank. You want to see the new carpet, the quartz countertops, the tile backsplash. I get it. It's fun to look at. It's cool to see the different design ideas, the cute modern farmhouse, the industrial look, mid-century modern, whatever the case may be. I get it. It's cool. But your first home is typically not going to be your forever and always. For the most part, first-time home buyers are probably not going to be in that home for better than 3 to 5 years. So instead of looking at it as a home that you're going to be in for forever and it's got all this cool stuff, look at it as an investment, because that's really what it is for you. Because I want you to be able to call me in 3 to 5 years and say, all right, Kellen, did a bunch of improvements. I think we did the right things for our house. I want the forever and always house. I want to custom build something. This is going to be my 20 plus house, my 20-year plus house. Great, let's do it. That first one, trying to swing for the fences, all it does is tend to get buyers discouraged, because it is competitive. We're up against multiple offers in most situations. And even if you find a home that may be listed in your budget, chances are there might be multiple offers that are going to push you up above your budget. And unfortunately, I ran into that scenario this morning, and that's tough. And it hurts me to have to go back to them and say, guys, this is going to go above and beyond. So my word of caution and my word of advice here is that let's not look for the best house in the neighborhood. Let's find something that's maybe been on the market for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. Maybe that's being overlooked because of a floor plan issue, or it's dated. There's nothing wrong with finding a house that's circa 1994. As long as the structure is good and mechanicals are okay, you can do cosmetic improvements, and those will typically return the investment. Now, does everybody have the ability to do that? No, and I get that. But I think for the most part, most people can take a paintbrush. Most people can call a carpet company, a flooring company, and have new flooring put down. There's a lot of things that the average homeowner can take care of no problem. There's a ton of opportunities out there. I've helped numerous clients of mine getting information on where to go, how to do this, how to replace that, how to do this. I'm more than happy to help with that. And I think that we need to go back to looking at ways to put some sweat equity into some homes, so that way in 3 to 5 years, that home's going to pay off. And you're going to be able to take a good chunk of money from the sale of your house after the mortgage is paid off and roll that into the next house that might be the forever and always, or the 20 plus. I just hate seeing buyers get discouraged because they don't find anything in their price point or in their budget. And it pains me. It absolutely pains me when buyers say, I don't see it, I'm going to go back to renting. Why? What does renting do for you? You throw money away every month. If you have the ability to buy, let's do it. It might be a rocky road in a tight market with low inventory, but you have an opportunity to start building long-term wealth. Start paying down your mortgage. You start building that equity. All you're doing if you're paying rent is you're paying somebody else's mortgage. You're helping somebody else build long-term wealth. In most cases, if you have the ability to rent, you have the ability to buy. Not saying it's going to be easy, not saying it won't be emotional, but we can get you there. There's avenues that we can go down. A good agent will be able to find value in homes that maybe have been overlooked by others. And that's a good trait for an agent to have. If your agent doesn't, be cautious. But for the most part, that's what I pride myself on, is being able to find that value where maybe nobody else can. So kind of sounds like Moneyball, if you've ever watched that movie, finding value in players that nobody else can. I guess that's kind of what we're doing here. So my PSA, first time home buyers, let's be realistic. Let's set realistic expectations about what we're looking for, the home, the value, the timeline. It might be a rocky road. It might be tough. Inventory is light all over the place. But I'd rather see you get into something, put some sweat equity into it, build long-term wealth, than throw money away renting. That just pains me to hear, and it pains me to say, oh, I'm going to wait a year. In a year, that same house is going to probably be worth $25,000 to $50,000 more in reality. Just looking ahead as to where we are now versus where we might be at this time next year, it could be. I mean, depending on the price points. I mean, I just listed a house last weekend for $133,000, and I had 13 offers on that, 41 showings, and it's over asking. So signed that contract last night. It is tough out there, not saying it's not, but there are ways to do it. And I think the challenge and the journey to get to home ownership is going to benefit you so much long term. And it's so much better than throwing money away every month renting. I get it. Not everybody's in a position to buy. 100%. I've been there. I've rented. We sold a house and rented for a while thinking we were going to build. And I get it. I've been there. But there's opportunities. If you got questions about it, I'd love to be able to chat with you, kind of talk with you about the process, what it might mean, how it might look, and help set realistic expectations for that first home so that you can use it as an investment. So you can use it as a tool to be able to fuel your forever and always house or your 20 plus. So if you got questions, let me know. Kellen Keck, City to Shore.